you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?
Hello and welcome to What Are You Saying? #Ways, where we discuss topics in the news as it affects us all. My name is Sheyi Olayer, and you know, when you see me, I'm never alone in the studio. Well, I'm just with NJ here in studio, and we have Unoma. She's joining us via Zoom. Hi, Unoma. How you doing?
Hello, Shay. Hello,
Hi.
NJ. How you guys doing? You look amazing as
Very well, thank
always.
you.
You look more amazing.
Look, it's amazing, calling amazing, amazing.
Exactly. This is actually my first time
We're all
co-anchoring
amazing, I
this.
guess, because we never look like what we're going through,
Trust
even
me,
though nobody
sister.
believes us, right? Nobody
Trust me,
believes.
sister.
Exactly. And you actually said the same thing
It's,
today.
you're
Both
in
of
the
you are in
spirit.
sync.
I said the same thing earlier today that
Exactly.
if you look at me, you would trust that I had a perfect day. You know,
AJ kept
the
smiling.
smile was
I was like, what happened? Is everything all right?
you know. So we never look like our problem, and I think that's a good way to look at things. That's
Absolutely.
a
Spot
great
on.
perspective to look at life. Always look from a different point. Decide this day how you're going to react to things. You know, it's a fantastic way to go. I think it's
Respond,
empowering.
NJ. Respond.
It's yes, well, how we respond. It's empowering. Like you don't even know the feeling, and that's why I've been smiling today.
Well, how are you? I know I already got a glimpse of how your day went, but how are you doing?
I am good and happy that the day has ended.
Tomorrow is Friday.
Yes.
Anyways, okay, so last week I was supposed to be in studio, but I had
Yes.
cold, so I couldn't come to the
know.
studio. But I'm better now. I'm all right. I'm
We
good.
miss you, and we're lovely to have you back.
Exactly, same here. All right, so if you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, why? Subscribe to our official Upgrade TV. Click the subscribe button, like, share the link to your family and friends. As you can see, it is our ladies' night out today, and we will talk about the topic, the rise of fake drinks in Nigeria, TG Omori's kidney failure. So what did we find as today's quote? Counterfeit drugs are a grave threat to public health and safety, and they undermine the integrity of our healthcare system. This quote is by Mojisola Adeyeye. And when we open our phone lines, we'll be more than excited to hear what you have to say. But first, let's go for this quick break. When we come back, we will see what we found in the news. Do stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching What Are You Saying? #Ways. Today is the International Day Against Nuclear Test. August 29 is celebrated as the International Day Against Nuclear Tests. This observance was established by the United Nations in 2009 to promote the goal of a world free from nuclear weapons and to raise awareness about the harmful effects of nuclear testing on the environment and human health. This day is celebrated by learning about nuclear issues, spreading awareness about the International Day Against Nuclear Tests and its importance, supporting organizations, and advocating for peace. So, very quickly, we would like to know what the ladies found in the news. Unoma, are you ready for us? I think you should go first.
Okay, so what I have in the news today
Yeah.
is it has to do with Canada ending the policy that allows visitor visa holders to apply for work permits. So the story has it in Punch, and it says that holders of Canada visitor visas will no longer be able to apply for a work permit within the country. And this is coming recent immigration reforms that have sparked protests by students with international students in Canada.
Wow.
The Immigration and Refugees Citizenship Canada, in a statement yesterday, said that it was going to discontinue the policy that allows visitors to get a work permit with immediate effect. And this was as a result of the fact that they want to maintain or preserve the integrity of the immigration system within Canada. The policy, even though it was introduced in August 2020, was aimed at assisting visitors who were in Canada and were unable to return during the COVID pandemic era because of closed borders. But now, and then those who are also within within Canada at the time could also get work permits in order to be able to, while they were processing their papers. But this now is going to be stopped because a lot of people have also used or misappropriated those
Exactly.
opportunities. And I don't know, Nigerians are affected. Thousands of students took to the streets protesting, and over 70,000 international students, when they're done, are in the position that they might be sent back to their countries. So this is a very serious situation for both. Nigerians are also affected, and people from India and so many other countries are going to be affected. It's just a very unfortunate situation.
Really
It's still an
unfortunate, yeah.
unfolding story, so we'll just keep following it up. But currently, that is the situation when it comes to visitor visa and being able to apply for work permits within Canada.
That's actually serious news. And like you said, we'll keep following up to see the outcome of this. All right. So I think I would take my what's in the news before NJ. All right. So NSCDC nabs illegal miners, vandals in Akwa Ibom State. The operatives of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Akwa Ibom State Command, have arrested 2 suspects for criminal conspiracy, illegal mining, and conveyance of solid minerals suspected to be iron ore in Akwa Ibom State. The operatives also apprehended 2 other suspects for vandalizing power transmission lines in Ikot Akpan Ukob village in Umpat Enin local government area of the state. The commandant of NSCDC in Akwa Ibom, Mr. Eluyemi Eluwade, assured Akwa Ibom people that all the suspects will be charged to court as soon as investigations are concluded. Imagine these people illegally mining solid minerals, to show you how people are very selfish, you know, vandalizing government property. And I'm sure, I just really hope that, you know, just they are actually sentenced, or they just face the consequences of their actions. And the people who are on top of it are actually on top of it. And we get to hear more information about that. So NJ, are you ready for us?
Well, I think the forces of nature are against me today, but irrespective, I think the story I was trying to find is the story about, the recent story about a 36-year-old lady who died while trying to perform BBL. I think that's what,
Wow.
yes.
In
So,
Nigeria.
yes. So, she had, you know how it happens. Sometimes we don't take proper health precautions. You're not sure of your health history, and we go ahead, because of what is happening either on social
Yeah.
media or in the society, we go ahead to try and carry out certain medical procedures that, I don't know, might affect us at the end of the day. So this was a lady, and she died. She's about
Such a beautiful
36,
lady.
and she died while performing Botox enlargement surgery. I hear that as of today, some arrests have been made with the hospital. That I can't say the name of the hospital, but
Of
with the
course, the
hospital
procedure.
and then the nurse that was in charge. And I heard during the procedure, that she passed out. She went unconscious, and they tried to rush her to the nearest
Too
hospital,
late.
and she was pronounced dead. So obviously, with time, a lot of this, information will come out as to what hospital, this procedure was performed. In Nigeria, we do all this. Sometimes we don't even go ahead to carry out proper research
Yes, we're just
on the kind of
inquiry, yeah.
hospital, the feedback from previous patients and everything, survival rate and all that, because we forget that, everyone is different. Someone would do this and survive, and someone else would just
Exactly.
even go in for a minor dental surgery and not even come out. People take anesthesia every day, and for medical procedures, and they don't even wake up. So these things happen, and I think it's high time we be a bit more careful,
Very
and a bit
careful.
more even of ourselves, because sometimes we don't know our health history. We don't do research on hereditary medical conditions and all that before we go into surgeries like this. I think proper care should be taken, and things like, it's such a sad story, but we hear these stories almost every day.
Really, exactly, really sad. And I still don't understand the crazy behind this BBL thing. I mean, I don't understand why you'd risk your life. According to research, BBL is one of the most risky operations or surgery you can ever
Yeah,
go
but
through.
for those who have carried it out, it's
But in Nigeria, Lagos, well, never say never. So very quickly, let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll start the conversation. Do stay with us.
Nigeria, by extension, Africa, is faced with a lot of challenges.
With the growing youth population and very little engagement.
That is a ticking time bomb.
We're blessed people with a diverse culture who have a lot to say.
And yes, we are talking. It is important we drive conversations that informs, inspires, and influences thoughts and actions.
If we say there is beauty in diversity, then let us embrace our diverse culture.
We must continue to courageously be the voice of transformation.
As we are the hope for the future,
Yesterday's conversation shaped today.
What are you saying to shape your tomorrow?
We know you have a lot to say, and we are here to hear you.
Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching What Are You Saying? #Ways. Nigeria is grappling with a dangerous surge in counterfeit beverages, a crisis highlighted by the recent kidney failure of music director T.G. Omori linked to fake drinks. Recent raids in Aba and Ikorodu, Lagos, have exposed the hazardous conditions under which these counterfeit drinks are made, revealing severe health risk to consumers. This growing problem not only threatens individual well-being, but also calls for urgent action to address and prevent the spread of these harmful products. The raids revealed not only the scale of the problem, but also the hazardous conditions under which these fake drinks are produced. These incidents underscore the severe health risk posed by consuming some substandard beverages, which can lead to life-threatening conditions like kidney failure, as evidenced by T.G. Omori's unfortunate experience. This rising epidemic of fake drinks not only jeopardizes individual health, but also casts a long shadow over Nigeria's public safety. Today, we are talking about the rise of fake drinks in Nigeria. We're using T.G. Omori's kidney failure as a case study. All right. So, ladies, when I saw this news, I was so unhappy. I don't follow him. I remember when I asked AJ, does she know TJ Omori? She was like, who is that? You know the Gen Zs and the millennials here. I'm not Gen Z, but I mean, almost I associate and identify with them. But TJ Omori is actually music director. So you know Ashake. I said, you know Ashake.
Yes.
You know Ashake. So most of his music videos, T.G. Omori is the one that, produces them, he directs them, and his visuals are always mind-blowing, beautiful, clear. And the way people say, so T.G. Omori in today's world in Nigeria is synonymous to an excellent videographer. Do you get? So if somebody says, T.G. Omori, they're trying to hail you to say you are excellent, you are doing well in that area. So when I saw the news, I was very unhappy. He revealed on his X handle a while ago that he had been hospitalized due to consuming contaminated drinks, stating, "It is all fun and jokes, but fake drinks left me hospitalized for most of this year." So me, I like to define things, and I just want us to have a clear understanding of our discussion for today. So I want to start off by asking, what are fake drinks? I'm going to answer that question. Fake drinks are beverages that are counterfeit or made with substandard ingredients, often with the intent to deceive consumers. They can include imitation alcoholic drinks, soft drinks, or bottled water that may contain harmful substances or contaminants. So I just want to I want to take you down memory lane, my own memory lane, actually. So I served in Ilorin, Kwara State, and during NYSC camp, the 3 weeks mandatory camp sensitization that we had, most of us used to buy bottled water because we're not sure of the pure water. Most times you buy bottled water because you trust the manufacturers. You just think that is healthier and it's clear and it's good water. So like maybe 2-3 days after we resumed camp, I just noticed that the bottled water you buy, when you open it, it's easy to open. And the taste was just always very, very funny. Yeah. And news got to us that the vendors used to pick these bottles from trash, from different locations. They find these bottles and go to the stream nearby to fill the bottle, close it, and sell. You can imagine the type of thing that would do to many people. Imagine a lot of people drinking that type of contaminated water, the health consequences that will have on them, right? So I would like to ask, what do you think motivates some Nigerians to sell fake drinks to their fellow citizens? From the video we watched earlier, they were from the recent raids in Aba and Ikorodu, where there were NAFDAC, yes, they bust a fake drink manufacturing company. You could see a lot of expensive drinks, even the usual soft drinks we buy in traffic. And it looks exactly like what you'd get from the manufacturing company, the legit manufacturing company. And just really breaks my heart that people are so concerned about making money that they don't even care about the health well-being of Nigerians. So I want to ask, what do you think motivates some Nigerians to sell fake drinks to their fellow citizens? I don't know if Norma wants to go first on this. What do you think is the motivation behind people selling fake drinks?
A lot of people will generally attribute it to poverty. They'll tell you there's no money in the land, things are hard, and they don't have any other options. But what really intrigues me is how people spend significant amount of time doing the wrong thing.
Exactly.
Like, Nigerians have over time developed the art of learning to do things and doing it very well. So if it's the good things, they do it very well. When it's the bad things, they do it 100 times over. I mean, it's like it has become a way of life for us. And that in itself, being able to do something really well is not bad. Where it has, where we're going to be concerned is the intention with which you are doing what you are doing very well. And that brings me back to where we are as Nigerians. I think the value for human life is something that is grossly lacking in the Nigeria that we have today.
Absolutely.
We have more people thinking about themselves, thinking about whatever they're going to gain from whatever looks lucrative at the time to do, irrespective of who it is going to affect or who is going to harm.
They don't care.
As far as I'm getting benefit from it, I am justified to do what it is that I want to do. So the human life aspect about thinking, you are not even processing to the point that this thing that I'm doing, what if it gets to my people in so and so place?
They
Maybe
never
I'm
think
doing
like
it
that.
in the east, or I'm doing it in the west. If that thing is moved to places where I think my people are not, but they actually are, do I not know that it is going to have the same effect on them? So the fact that we have gradually lost our sense of humanity is something that is of great concern, and is something that we really need to, as a nature, bring back as part of our culture. Back in the days where we had jingles, there were so many, I mean, some of us who grew up then, I don't know about now, there were so many jingles that you remember that was reminding you about your responsibility and your duty as a citizen of the country, and how you should be able to do this and that to look out for one another. But that is another area of conversation. But the point I'm trying to bring out now is that, in answer to your question, Sheila, that it is the fact that we have gradually lost our sense of value for human life. That is why we are insensitive to the decisions that we make, having it at the back of our minds that this does not affect me directly, but forgetting that we also have our, family or people that we know across the country. So whatever decisions we're making will ultimately affect them one way or the other.
Absolutely.
That's the point I want to drive home.
Thank you. I love that you mentioned, or I'm going to paraphrase now, that you said the world is interconnected, right? So if you think this is not going to affect you, one way or the other, it's going to come back to you, whether or not you like it or not. Also, I did a brief research to the effects of fake drinks, what it can cause to your health and your well-being. So apart from kidney damage, it can also cause poisoning, liver damage. I also read somewhere that it can cause blindness. It can cause blindness, it can cause death. So when people know the consequences of their actions, maybe they would reason before they do things. And money is such a, I always say this, and I don't like the value of money. Let me put it that way. When I say I don't like the value of money, I don't like the power money has over people. People would kill people just for money. People would do the most unspeakable things just because they want to get money. So it's just really sad that people would lose themselves because of the money they are going to get. So very quickly, so this TG Omori's case, from a tweet that he posted some while ago, he said that this kidney damage issue he currently has, the health issue that he currently has, is actually as a result of the fake alcohol he drank at a popular nightclub recently. or maybe I think sometime last year, end of last year, thereabout. So I just want to ask, when you go out, like when you go for parties, go to a restaurant, go to a nightclub, do you pay attention to the kind of drink or water you are served? Remember from our definition, fake drinks is not limited to just alcohol or beverage, also water. I gave the example of in my time at Kwara camp, and they sold fake water to us, and of course that thing would have affected some people that continually drank that water. So when you go out, Norma, are you mindful? Do you pay attention to the type of drink you are served? Do you look at the logo? Do you look at the bottle? Are you sensitive to the type of taste? If you taste something different, this is not how this drink usually tastes, you drop it, or you just drink it because, okay, you trust the person that served it, or you trust the place you went to. So I'm just very curious, NJ, or maybe I start with NJ first. Are you mindful of that when you go out?
To an extent, yes. I'm no NAFDAC agent, but yes, I do take certain precautions, just like you rightfully said. I also experienced that during my service year, my youth corps service year. So yes, I think some of the ways we, guard against, getting in that environment where we find ourselves taking fake or being exposed to fake drinks. You check, some manufacturers have been able to put like seals or, special patterns or signs that you would recognize in order to know that it's an original straight from the original manufacturer. And some of these things are lacking. So when you see, reputable brands not being presented the way you're known to, how they have been advertised, that this is our brand and this is how we present ourselves. So at that point in time, obviously you take precautions, you ask for, a different brand. So there are some places you go to, some people don't take, a certain brand. Let me not mention the brand, but some people will say, I prefer this brand. So if you don't have that brand, give me a Coca-Cola instead. So I think those are precautions that I take as an individual. You look out for the logos, you look out for the seals, for those brands that you're aware and are acquainted with. So you compare, some of them is pricing. You go to a certain location, if you're used to buying maybe like, maybe a Coca-Cola, you're used to buying it for 300 naira, and you know that that's the standard price, and you go somewhere and they tell you, buy 100 naira. You already know that 150 naira you're trying to save or so, you're going to end up paying a lot more than that in medical bills and if anything happens. And some people's system would accommodate, toxins like that. But there are some people that just from tasting it, just like we can see, it can do a whole lot more damage to you. So I think there are certain products verifying marks and identifiers that we should pay attention to. Absolutely. And I think the brands also need to do more in protecting their brands, because it also boils down to them. Sometimes you would not believe that sometimes is the certain members of staff of the brand. I've heard, so this is not having to do with fake drinks, but just fake products in general. I've heard about petroleum, just engine oil. An engine oil brand would in itself, maybe someone from within the team will start producing counterfeit and then swapping the company's original for the counterfeit and selling that and going back to sell the original for a higher price. So people can get, it all boils down to what Norma was saying earlier, which is that is the root of why we are where we are. It's just the heart of people have become desperately evil. Everybody is trying to, use, everything is an opportunity, and nobody considers the next man anymore. And that's why we are where we are. We know what the root cause problem of everything that happens in Nigeria. Almost everything boils down to the human factor, which is just us lacking that feeling and that emotion and that empathy for the next person, and considering how this would in turn affect other people and even people that we know and we love. So it's quite sad something.
How people are desperate to just create counterfeit products. So you touched on packaging, right? I just want to mention so Pepsi, they rebranded, they changed their packaging recently. And trust me, I'm not a fan of Pepsi, right? But I saw the advert everywhere saying, oh, we are rebranding, this is our new face, this is our blah, blah, blah. So people know, okay, this is actually the product that they are, what's the English now? Borrow me the word. Product that they are bringing to the market, right?
Yeah, that's the
Because,
new
yes,
look of the
new
product.
look of the product. So you have to be very mindful, because now it just feels like, we keep saying this on social media, NAFDAC, do this, do that. But now it seems like we have to take it into our hands and just be extra careful. You cannot be too careful, but at least just try and do your part. The packaging, look at the expiry dates. Most times we don't. I mean, I think it was last week, my sister got noodles, and she made, like, she got a pack of noodles and she made like 2 of it. And she just noticed that there was something funny about it when she checked that expired. And she got from one of their key vendors, that manufactures that. So it's very important to look at packaging. It's very important to look at the pricing. It's very important to look at the smell. So very quickly, let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Thank you.
Nigerians are not ready to suffer. Nigerians are not ready to suffer. Nigerians like soft life. You see what John said? If you want us to drink Gary, no, it's true. If you want us to drink Gary, everybody should just tighten their belt and let us drink the Gary and drink it. If we know we are drinking it for 1 month, let us drink it for 1 month and wait and let them find a solution. But you see, for every time you do this and somebody goes behind to say they want to have a meeting and they pause it, you are done for. I was in second university. We had a lecturer that did a very horrible thing to us. He didn't come to lecture for 1 day, gave us an exam from maths, because that exam, I don't know where those questions came from. Guess what happened? He gave us those exams, we protested, we shouted, we were not writing the exam, we left the exam hall. Somebody went and sat down back. Because that person went back, we all went back to sit down. And in the end, it was a massive failure.
If you are just tuned in, it's our Ladies Night Out, and we are discussing the topic, the rise of fake drinks in Nigeria, TG Omori's kidney failure. Please let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation by sending us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-8038-4663. Our phone line is now open, so please call us. We'd really love to hear what you have to say on 070-2500-7749 or 071-4224. Sorry, let me take that again. 070-14242420. All right, so Nigerians are expressing frustration on social media about the abundance of fake products from drinks, not just drinks, food, even skincare products, drugs, and the like. So, in your own opinion, Inoma, I would like to ask, what practical steps do you think the government or NAFDAC as a regulatory body can take to tackle this issue? Because it's becoming very rampant now. It's not just drinks now. We are hearing of fake skincare products, fake almost everything. You just see counterfeit products, even in your so-called big supermarkets. So what do you think the government, practical steps you think the government can take to curb this?
I think one of the steps that they've taken is being able to put the drug enforcement bodies, right, out there to ensure that these things are regulated. So if you're having products, you're supposed to have like a NAFDAC number and things like that. So really, it's for the law enforcement bodies to like step up with. I remember back in the days when Dora Akunyili was the director for NAFDAC. Like, she went on a national rampage. There were ads, and then in the news you always hear about some operation that was busted at different areas. It sent fear in the hearts and minds of people who had these intentions in mind. And people became a lot more careful. But now, I don't know, because we are still seeing a rise in this chaos that we found of fake drinks. And it's not just fake drinks
Absolutely.
we're talking
Unama, please,
about.
can you just hold
Even
on?
in the
Please, we have a
medical
caller.
field.
Sorry, Unama,
Even-
we have a caller. Hi, Joseph. Joseph
Hello,
from
good
Kara.
evening.
Good evening. Thank you for calling. You can go on, please.
Okay, thank you. Please, I'm really happy for this topic of today. See, as a Nigerian, we have this attitude of it doesn't concern me. But peradventure, in one way or the other, matter will later concern you. I want to cite one example. When I was serving that State, in 2013, I was posted to Opitioma. There is a place there where they are producing fake food and fake fat. And when you see it with original, you know that this is not the original one. And people are buying it, people are selling it in that very place, in that time, up to this moment. The only way to end this menace in Nigeria now is the only government that can handle it. If they can enforce the law, or all these bottled water companies, if they can match them together and conduct a proper checkup, that is the only solution. But we individuals, we will only be complaining every day. Tomorrow another case will come up again. Next tomorrow another case will come up again. And one thing that we like to do in Nigeria now, we like to see ourselves like we are going to church, we are going to church. God cannot help us. There is something like God in this matter. This is a physical matter. This is a physical battle. Calling God will not help anything.
Thank you so much. I love that he says it is in our hands to stop this. So we have a message from Pelumi Adeniran. He says, more than a decade ago, while driving on 3rd Mainland Bridge, I bought a bottle of Sprite. Unfortunately, I was too thirsty to check the expiry date. I drank it while in the car, but on getting home, I had a serious case of food poisoning. It was very painful, gruesome, and lasted all night. The next day, I checked and saw the drink had actually expired. Since then, I hardly buy drinks in traffic, and I am more careful while buying drinks in general. You can just imagine, especially fast food and product items and products, drinks like this. So from the video we saw that they were manufacturing counterfeit Coca-Cola drinks. And it's sad because majority of Nigerians, whether you have money or you don't have money, inside traffic, or you bring 2 bottles of Coke, give me 1 sausage, and they will down it. And that is what they might eat from morning till night. So it just shows how we need to actually take this seriously, because TJ Omori's case has further brought up this topic. I mean, we've been talking about it. It's not like it's today we are just knowing that, people are creating or producing counterfeit products. But we need to like the caller just said, Joseph from Kwara State, we need to take this thing into our hands to make sure that, see, if I find out that somebody is producing fake products here, I would call them out. Whistleblowing, I was going to even suggest that, okay, so I was just trying to make research on, okay, so what can the government do? Or what do we suggest the government can do? And a point that I stumbled upon was support whistleblowers, create incentives for individuals to report counterfeit activities. Nigerians, we love freebies, we love giveaway, we love, okay, what is in it for me? So if we actually open that portal or something that would say, okay, if you report this, this is what you get. And I'm not even saying that you should do things for what you can get, but as a Nigerian, let it be a thing that, see, the life of my neighbor or my brother or whoever matters so much than making money. Money will come if you do things the right way. Right, so not to bore you with that. So the next question that I want to quickly touch on, I want to ask you ladies is, how does the rise in fake drinks impact legitimate businesses? For businesses that are actually doing the right thing, their quality assurance is good, they make sure that the items that they create or they churn out or they distribute is good products. So for products like these are legitimate. So we saw examples of products that they were trying to produce a fake version. We saw Coca-Cola, we saw Fanta, and the likes. So how does the rise in fake drinks impact these legitimate businesses? Angie, what do you think? Because from what we are hearing now, and when news breaks, a lot of people start doing research. Some people now stumble on this video of them manufacturing these counterfeit drinks, and they might just want to stop patronizing them. How does it affect them, in your own opinion?
You've answered the first question. So it creates doubt in the minds of loyal customers. It creates, it depletes brand trust. So if I say I have been drinking maybe Everwater since I was little, and at some point in time I come across a video that shows me that Everwater, what I've been drinking, is as good as pure water, for the brand, it's not good. It's not a good look for the brand. And it doesn't allow that loyalty that I've had for the brand for years would change. At that point in time, I can decide to make a decision, an erratic decision, and say, do you know what? Rather than saying I'm going to look for a better source, like source from wholesaler who sources from directly from, the manufacturer, I'm going to just stop taking that brand entirely. So, and that in tune, it can be for my entire household. So that's going to reflect on my entire household, which means revenue loss for the brand. And it's not even, it now depends on where they're buying it from. People go, I think the best thing for us to do is even for the brands to say, okay, certain brands have gone ahead to say, these are certain locations where you can find original of our products. These are the kind of supermarkets or outlets where you can find an original or the original of our brand. So a lot of brands have gone ahead to take steps like that in dealing directly with the wholesalers who sell to maybe retailers, just ensuring that the brand, the identity of the brand is still intact and people are aware when they go, when this situation of counterfeit products are in the market. It's just the brands making more effort also alongside with the government in, spreading the good news about, like Norma rightfully said, when we were little, there were certain songs that used to come with brands
jingles.
And, jingles and stuff to tell you, things to look out for, or look out for our cap. If it doesn't do shh, then it's not our brand, things like that. So we'll keep taking steps. There's steps for the government to take, there's steps for the brands to take, and there's steps as individuals to take to look out, be whistleblowers when we hear or when we see or encounter such a situation of somebody selling brands, because fake products, because you never know how it's going to in turn affect you. You might just be sitting down in a location, and that's when that has come into your environment. If we don't talk about it now, that would eventually come into your environment, and you'll be exposed to that, and you might find yourself as TG sitting down with different health complications.
So Norma, I'd like to ask. Okay, so we have a caller, Jubril from Lagos. You have the floor, please.
Hello, good evening.
Jubril, we can hear you.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Go on, please.
Okay. All these our agencies, they are not trying. Both either SON or NDLA and NAFDAC. Even though the original one that we need to form original product. Anytime you go to either NAFDAC or NDLA, you have a product. They will need to tax you. You need to pay for their sample fare. Either you look for their sample fare to form and go back. Then we will feed the day for that. Guy, we are coming to your company or whatever. So if I have a bad product, I will keep all the things. Even though the original one that you are removed. Fake drugs everywhere. Go to Abuja. All those malas, we dey see am. So they will park for front of NDLA at the end of NAFDAC office. for many years. Come to Lagos here, on that bridge, stand Aladi Akpogba, if you are going to Idumota. On that bridge here, they are making all those mud, not only cook. Mortar Guinness, everything are fake. For many years. Not even drugs. If you enter the pharmacy, you discover that even an angel that didn't have that. All those guys, they are error, all of them. They are just collecting salary. Go to any pharmacy, ordinary paracetamol cannot heal your headache anymore. Ordinary paracetamol cannot work for your body anymore. What about a pharmacy? Everything for Nigeria, well, God will help us. Thank you.
Thank you, Jubril, for that. Just like Jubril said, you know, it is actually an agency issue, and I think it's very important that NAFDAC and the other relevant agencies strengthen inspections of these manufacturing companies, increase the frequency and thoroughness of product inspections and quality. Also, importation, whatever is coming to the country, we need thorough checks. We need thorough checks to ensure that the products that are entering this country are actually not expired products and they are not fake. You know, like I think it was you or Unoma that said, boost public awareness. Let's launch campaigns. And I'm glad that we are also talking about this on the show today. Launch campaigns to educate consumers about identifying and reporting fake products. Improve collaboration. So, you know, all these law enforcement agencies can actually collaborate. No, everybody wants to do their own, but no, sometimes let's collaborate and actually spread awareness on this very important public issue and so many other things. All right, so very quickly, I just want us to touch on the healthcare system. So I believe that our healthcare system can play several key roles in addressing the risk, or the rise rather, of fake drinks in Nigeria. So I would like to know, in your own opinion, maybe I'll start by answering it, but I would come to you. What role can our healthcare system play in addressing the rise of fake drinks in Nigeria? The first one I would say, and I touched on it earlier, is health education. You know, provide information to the public about the dangers of fake drinks. You know, let people know. Say it in Pidgin, say it in English, you know, do jingles, because Nigerians love all those type. You know, songs actually stick a lot. Like when you make it fun, people remember, before I open this water, make I check the back, or I check the seal, you know, all of that. So in your own opinion, what other steps do you think the healthcare system can play in addressing the rise of fake drinks in Nigeria? NJ?
Well, it's as good as education. It will be public awareness, public campaigns, which all in all is educating the public and letting them know, and working hand in hand with maybe the brands also to come up with certain, you know, identifiers, just like I mentioned earlier, on how to identify fake, the difference between an original product from the manufacturer and a product that is counterfeit. So, and also letting them know what are the consequences. I think, you know, there are different things that rule Nigerians. Fear is one of them. Nobody wants to die. A situation like this has raised an alarm. So make good use of the, you know, the attention that it has created. It's not to create better awareness and better campaigns to let people know that there are health complications to this, you know, to not saying anything. So the fact that you're not saying anything doesn't mean it's not going to affect you. You might go out with your friends. It's not every time that we go out, you know, you go to a bar, you go to a restaurant, you carry up the cup, you know, you want to look at the expiration date. You're not going to have the opportunity to do that every time. But at least if you go to trusted environments where you know that health and hygiene is part of, is top priority for them, and that's what they identify with. And like I said, there are certain people who would say, I don't take a certain brand, so if you don't have this brand, then I will take something else. So we can, as individuals, there's a part for us to play, and even, you know, as health, from the healthcare sector, yes, is majorly the awareness and education of individuals to let them know that this is harmful and it can affect anyone.
Absolutely. And for those who can afford it, I also encourage you to, you know, just go for checkup regularly. And I also encourage everybody to, or I'm talking to the health agencies now, that they should encourage early diagnosis and treatment, offer prompt diagnosis and treatment for health issues caused by consuming counterfeit beverages. So we have another comment. Norma, can you help us with that, please? Oh, Norma, are you there? Okay, Angie, can you read? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so the comment says, hello, this is Belumi Adeniran.
Oh, no, we've read that. The next
More
one.
than a decade.
The next one, please.
Okay.
There are two. Yeah, we've read that.
I think that is the one that I have. Okay, it says it further goes to show the decadence of our supposed quality checks and systems. We're sadly reaping the fruits of corruption, poor quality of work, and leadership. We need to deal with the problem from the head, not the legs. This is from Ichiro Jaden.
Interesting. All right. So very quickly, Norma, in one word, what do you want to tell the audience concerning this topic? What's your word of advice to everyone listening?
Oh, well, I mean, from all we've heard, it's obvious that fake drinks, fake drugs, fake products, it's going to take some time to eradicate. We're depending on the government, but we're also depending on ourselves. I think NJ touched a very important part of it, which is companies who have brands to protect. It's important that we work hand in hand with the government parastatals to be able to sensitize people about the awareness of these fake products and how we can be separated, how their brands can be separated from this situation. I think also the government being able to take that implementation of policies very importantly and putting down penalties that are that make people to actually sit up. Because outside the country, you have situations where people are likely to lose their licensing if they do not adhere to the rules and regulations. So when people know that there are consequences and these consequences can be implemented, then they would sit up with what they're doing. But for individuals, personally, it is important for you to take your health into your hands. Buying things on the highway, in traffic, these days, please, if you have to carry a lunchbox, carry something. What is authentic, what is valid, something that you have looked, you've done your homework and you're sure, because it's your health that is at risk. It is RJ that, it is TJ that is in the hospital now, right? So it's your health that is at risk. I don't go out and depend on the food that I see outside. I always make sure that's something that our parents taught us, to eat well at home. So, but even if you have to be very cautious. What are you eating? What are you putting in? If possible, carry your own bottle, put your own water in your bottle, and just be generally conscious about what you're taking medically as well, making sure that you check yourself up and from time to time know that you're healthy, because you don't know what is out there. We can only do what we can do, what we have control over. And we leave the rest to God.
Thank you so much, Norma. So Angie, can you read the two messages we have?
Okay, so I have two messages here. One says, good evening, my dear beautiful sisters of What Are You Saying? #Ways. The rise of fake drinks in Nigeria. TG Omori's kidney failure. We are our own problem. That is plain and gospel truth. God bless our dear, beautiful sister, Norma. She made mention of we Nigerians losing our sense of value for human lives and the level of insensitivity. She also said that these things are caused due to poverty and hardship. When are we going to have the NAFDAC of late Dora Coinley? The things will begin. that things will begin to go on normally and in order. T.G. Omori, his problems and downfall, for crying out loud, you do not just drink anything you see without checking it. We must ensure that we check for NAFDAC number before consuming anything. It is very important. Nice anchoring of the show. My dear, beautiful sister Sheyi, my name is Daniel Ilo, Ways regular fan. And the last message says, starts with the rise of fake drinks in Nigeria. Stringent laws other than NAFDAC must be put in place. The agencies must stop sitting on their hands. We need to do more, especially in our small communities and spaces. Companies should rebrand their products to protect customers and for their brand and create awareness. These individuals are not playing. They're unapologetic and insensitive, and they do not care. This is from Grace. Grace, thank you very much.
Thank you,
And
Grace.
Daniel
Thank you,
Ilo.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Ways regular fan indeed. So before we go, do ensure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and most importantly, follow us on our social media platform. And remember to like, share, comment, and invite your family and friends to watch us and follow us. Just in case you missed our quote for today, here it is again. Counterfeit drugs are a grave threat to public health and safety, and they undermine the integrity of our healthcare system. This quote is by Mojisola Adeyeye. As we wrap up today's discussion on the rise of fake drinks in Nigeria and the serious health impacts they can have, including the heartbreaking case of T.J. Omori's kidney failure, it is clear that we all have a role to play in combating this issue. Protecting our health and the health of our loved ones starts with being informed and vigilant. Let's continue to support stronger regulations and raise awareness to ensure that everyone can enjoy safe and genuine products. Thank you, NJ. Thank you, Norma, for doing this with me. I had a great time. Till we come your way another time. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?